Hey guys, welcome back to Danganronpa Trigger Happy. Nope, not Trigger Happy Havoc, it's Despair. It's Danganronpa 2 Goodbye Despair. Caught myself. It's probably not the first time I've said that though. So, we're gonna be doing the last murder trial. I realized, technically I guess the last trial was just about the mysteries. It wasn't really about the murder, I guess, because the murder was one of the mysteries. So, which means, fair enough. So this is going to be the last murder one, which means it's going to be one last execution. And then after that execution, then we're going to have our survivors, so we're going to lose. Well, unless Nagito did it himself, well, I think Monokuma already said that would still count. I think Nagito did himself in. He got unlucky while using the spear, trying to off the traitor. Until then, technically, the traitor's responsible. I think the traitor's Chiaki. So, if we lose Chiaki, then we'll have our survivors, or should have our survivors after that, unless someone breaks the rules.
Damn right.
Looks like everyone's here. What is this it? Shouldn't there be more people?
Damn it.
Stop it. You're making me depressed. You're making me depressed. So if this is going to happen again, the cruel conflict where we must doubt our friends. Well, once we're through with this, we can go back, right? That Monokuma bastard said so, didn't he? He said this is the last class trial.
Damn it.
Well, we've been tricked every step of the way. There's no way I can believe that so
Of
easily.
course not.
Why can't you believe it? The guy who's making us do all this is the one saying it, you know? That's right. I'll definitely survive. We can really go home after we deal with this class trial. I'll definitely find out who the killer is, no matter what. Even if I have to pull out all the stops. What the fuck? Why are you here? You haven't realized it yet? That feeling I want to leave this. I've been thinking like that is Monokuma's trap, you know?
Huh?
What are you saying?
Got it?
There's no way Monokuma will want things here. He's planning something far worse. Stop trying to jinx us. Damn right. That stupid bear habit should just shut up. Everyone, you mustn't run away from despair, huh? I finally realized, pleasing my powers, I realized that cursing your powerlessness or your fate accomplishes nothing. That possibility may be small, but as long as there's a possibility, you must face it in order to become someone who can be proud of yourself. So I will fight.
Huh?
What's her deal?
I
do not really know, but she seems different from before. Maybe she read a self-help book.
Wait.
Her eyes, she looks so determined.
You.
Yeah, what can you tell just by looking at those buttons? Anyway, make sure you turn off Minimaru. It'd be annoying if you started talking during the trial. Oh,
But
fine.
still.
Somehow I understand what Mono-me is saying, I think. Anyway, let's get going to the last
Yep.
class trial. You're right. We need to fight as much as we can, no matter what hopeless truth awaits us in the end. Alright, this is the end. Kept saying those words to myself over and over within my mind. I entered Monokuma Rock.
Yeah.
This elevator ride. This will be the last time for this too, right? I hope so.
Well,
Let's worry about things after we're finished.
you are right.
More importantly, we must focus on the class trial before us.
Damn it.
Killer managed to kill someone like Nagito. There's no way this is gonna go smoothly. I mean, still can't believe one of us was able to do that. Nagito was problematic in many ways, but he was also a valuable asset during the trials. Yeah, you're right. In fact, during the Funhouse ordeal, we were completely dependent on him. But even if he's gone, the ones who've survived need to stay and fight. We must fight. And then the door slowly opened, this bright light greeting us. Is that the light of hope or the light of despair?
Well now.
Well, then, now that chatterbox Nagito is gone, there are only 6 of you left. Enough, just fucking start this already. Hey, this is it, right? This is really the last class trial,
Yeah.
right? Yup, it sure is. So you gotta show some enthusiasm, make sure you give it your all. Right. And I tell you, he said it, this is the end.
Now
Now
then.
then, let's get this trial started. This is the
Killing.
last class trial, let's show some enthusiasm and kill each other. This is the 5th class trial, according to Monokuma. This is also the last class trial. The curtain is about to rise. Nagito Kamaida, the ultimate lucky student. When I first met him, I thought he was a nice guy. He came across as very sociable. But His true nature held such a demented thought process that was nothing like his outward appearance. He said he believed in hope more than anything else. He said he was yearning for a powerful hope that can overcome any despair. He said he would even help despair just to prove that hope would never lose to despair. And he said he'd become a stepping stone for hope. His way of thinking was completely screwed up, but there were also times he saved us too. Someone like him was killed. That was the end of him. Serves him right. I have no idea at all who did it, but there's no way we can end this without knowing. We will be consumed by despair. That's why we absolutely have to find out the person who finished off Nagito, the killer who murdered Nagito. In order to return from this despair life, we need to reach that truth. If Monokuma says this is really the last class trial, that's all the more reason we need to do this. And so, this life-threatening trial, building with hope and despair, the last one, has begun. Oh yeah, I would love to save. Alright, set skills. Actually, I should probably open the e-handbook, go to report card, see if I can get any more, because I might as well. What does this do? Focus gauge. So that increases the focus gauge. Yeah, let's get that. We're gonna need that. What else do we have? Do we have enough for anything else? No, we do not. Alright, set skills. And we just gotta equip that. Alright. Here we go.
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial. During the class trial, if you vote correctly, I'll punish everyone. Oh my! You've ascended the ladder of adulthood and reached the moon? Because you're a rabbit? Yes, though! One more time! Jeez! How about this one? This will be my final blow! It's useless.
Please stop! I feel bad for Monomi.
You're right. Now's not the time for me to horse around with Monomi. The class trial has started, after all. The victim this time is Nagito, who was attempting to reveal the traitor for everyone's sake. Who in the world killed him? I'm so curious.
If he was killed for trying to reveal the traitor, that traitor is obviously the killer. They were trying to shut Nagito up.
No, that might not be it.
Huh? Are you trying to protect the traitor? They didn't call out when we were in danger. Wait. Don't tell me you're the traitor.
Don't say something so stupid. There's no way in hell I'm the traitor.
Now that's more like it. Why don't you guys hurry and start arguing already?
The traitor and the killer who murdered Nagito is here, right? Are they the same person, or... Torture wound, survival life, duct tape, Monokuma plushie. Monokuma's account? Alright.
The killer didn't take Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
Alright, that's true.
So that's why he was so beat up. What were they trying to find out by torturing him? Definitely the bomb's hiding place. If so, the suspect is whoever found the bomb first.
That was Fuyuhiko.
I found it by coincidence. There's no way I'd torture someone.
Why did the killer have to torture Nagito? No. The wounds...
The killer...
Carry on. Okay, so torture wounds. It's covered with duct tape. Tape itself had a lot of crinkles in it. Would the duct tape then prove?
I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
Okay, let's actually see if there's one
So
about
that's why he was so
saying
beat
so
up.
they could find out the location of the bomb.
What were they trying to find out by torturing him? Definitely the bomb's hiding place.
No, because he had duct tape.
If so, the suspect is whoever found the bomb first.
That was Fuyuhiko.
I found it by coincidence.
So it's either
There's
Kazuichi's
no way
or
I'd torture
Kan's
someone.
statement, I think. The wounds he caused by torture in the first
The
place.
killer didn't tape Nagito. I'm telling you, they were torched.
The reason Nagito's body.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
Yeah.
No, that's wrong.
But Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape, so he wouldn't have been able to confess anything. If he was being tortured for information, they wouldn't have taped his mouth like that.
I'm prepared.
Oh boy.
Ah, I just realized it. It's a trap.
Trap?
Stupid Hajime. You got caught in that trap.
Stupid. Well, hold on. If the duct tape, because
Like you said,
the duct tape says that it was over his mouth, so there's no blood. However, the blood, yeah.
you obviously assume he couldn't talk, right? But that was the trap. He wanted to hide the fact that he got interrogated.
But if you tape his mouth shut, how is he supposed to answer anything?
Pay attention. This is how it first, the killer tortured Nagito and got information about the bomb's location. Then, after they killed him, they duct taped his mouth shut.
What?
Crap! Pay attention. This is how at first, the killer tortured Nagito and got information about the bomb's location.
Shit. Okay, then it's the other one.
Pay attention. This is first, the killer tortured Nagito and got information about the bomb's location. Then, after they killed him, allow
After
me
they
to
killed
cut
him.
through
Yeah.
those words.
That's what it is then. My bad.
No, there's no doubt Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape before he was beat up.
What did you say?
Who cares about the duct tape? We might as well settle this with rock, paper, scissors.
We don't need to play a game. It's clear the duct tape was on his mouth before the torture even began.
Why do you always side with Hajime? Do you have a crush on him or something?
Going to elementary
You
school
were
or
with
something?
us when I peeled the duct tape off Nagito's mouth, right? The blood on Nagito's face wasn't under the duct tape, remember?
The blood on his face came from his arm wounds, which means the duct tape was on his face before his arms were even wounded.
And the duct tape had a lot of crinkles around his mouth. He must have been struggling to open his mouth under the duct tape.
Perhaps the duct tape was used so he wouldn't be able to scream. Then it's like I said at the beginning. The tape wasn't for torture. It was to keep his mouth shut.
However, if they wanted to seal his mouth, they did not need to hurt him with such ferocity.
They probably had a deep grudge against Nagito.
Then, are you saying the killer was trying to make him suffer?
If so, it's friggin' crazy. Did they go psycho or something?
No, they didn't just go crazy. Whoever did this must be one crafty bastard. If not, they wouldn't have taken the time to set fire to the crime scene and destroy all the evidence.
The warehouse fire was for destroying evidence?
We can't think of any other reason.
But who could have done that? When the fire occurred, everyone in this room was gathered in front of the warehouse.
Yeah. And right after I opened the warehouse door, the flames started burning from the very back.
Which means it is plausible to think that nobody here set the fire.
The killer isn't one of us. But that's not the case, huh? I mean, it's wishful thinking.
Even if it was only a coincidence, the timing was just too perfect.
Based on the pattern up until now, we should suspect that some kind of setup was used for this.
Some kind of setup? Like what?
I do not know that, but that has been the pattern before.
That's our Miss Sonia. You have such an amazingly high intellect. Alrighty then. Let's think about this based on what Miss Sonia thinks. Is that okay, Miss Sonia?
God, you're such a
Damn
saint.
right it is.
Use it for the fire, huh? That's right, we need to clear that up first. It would be the oil lighter, right? Yeah, it's the oil layer.
The direct cause of the fire was the oil lighter found at the crime scene, right?
That's a contradict, so don't
The
use that.
killer used some kind of setup. He lit the curtain on fire with the lighter.
Some kind of setup?
Did they use the oil as an improvised fuse?
They probably just threw the lighter.
Improvised fuse?
Based on the shape of that oil lighter, it can stand upright while the flame is lit.
If they tipped over the lighter in some way, it could have ignited the curtain.
Some way?
Maybe they used invisible thread.
There should have been a way to tip it over with sound waves.
Wait, the Monokuma
Or
panels.
perhaps opening the door caused.
I agree with that. I also agree that opening the door is what started the fire.
Just as I thought, it was the wind pressure. A dust devil blown here from glorious Japan!
No, not wind pressure. They probably used the Monokuma panels. A huge number of tipped-over Monokuma panels were found at the crime scene, right? It looked like they were scattered everywhere, but some were laying on top of each other in a single line. Just a single line leading from the warehouse door to the fire's origin.
Does that mean anything?
The killer probably arranged those Monokuma panels to create a domino effect.
A domino effect. You mean those tiles kids play with by lining them up and tipping them over?
In place of those tiles, the killer used the Monokuma panels. So when we opened the warehouse door, the first panel toppled into the second, and from there, they fell like dominoes until they reached the lighter at the end.
But wouldn't it be obvious that those big panels were falling over?
That's probably why they turned off the lights in the warehouse, so we wouldn't notice them.
So the reason the warehouse was dark was to hide the domino effect.
And one more thing. There was something else the killer did to hide the domino effect, right?
There's one other thing. The MP3 player.
I see.
You're talking about the MP3 player, right? That hymn blaring throughout the warehouse masked the sound of the falling panels.
The warehouse felt even darker because our eyes were still used to bright sunlight. The darkness allowed hymnal playing throughout the warehouse at full volume.
That's it. So the strange sound was actually the sound of the panels falling.
But those sounds weren't the only strange thing, right? Looking back on it, it was also strange when we opened the door to the warehouse.
Let's try to open it slowly. Yeah, she had to bust it down.
Ah, so the door was being blocked by a Monokuma panel.
And when we opened the door, the domino effect started, and the falling panels eventually reached the lighter.
Yeah, and that's how the warehouse caught on fire. At least, that's how it looks.
You don't look so sure.
At the time, Akane mentioned that she could barely open the door,
Because the panel was blocking it, right?
but the blocked doorway, there wasn't enough space for a person to fit through, right?
Is that a problem?
It's a major problem. I mean, that door was the only entrance to the warehouse.
Oh yeah, that was the only entrance to the warehouse. See the problem? The killer couldn't have left.
I see.
If the panel was so close to the door that it could barely be opened, the killer inside the warehouse wouldn't be able to leave, right?
Now that you mention it.
Does that mean they were hiding inside?
Who? We were all outside the warehouse, you know.
Based on the patterns up until now, I believe some kind of setup was used.
You don't have to think so hard. There's actually only one person who could have possibly done this.
You don't mean...
If that's true, this murder
Hajime? What do you mean?
person who set up the domino effect. There's only one person who could have done that. It's Nagito, isn't it?
This is my answer. What if it was Nagito?
Why'd you bring him up? He's the victim, you know.
He wasn't just the victim. Maybe.
Huh?
Not just the victim? What does that mean?
He was the victim. And he was the perpetrator, too. Maybe.
Are you saying this was a suicide? Don't be stupid. His body was covered in torture wounds. Or did you already forget? Are you saying those were all self-inflicted?
But Nagito might do something like that, don't you think?
That's not the issue. He was tied up, remember? Even for a creep like Nagito, it'd be impossible for him to tie up his own arms and legs.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, as long as you understand.
It seems we need to discuss how Nagito was able to tie himself up.
Need to discuss? That's not necessary at all. No matter how much you think about it, it's clearly impossible.
The burnt rope. It would be the burnt rope. He made it so that it looked like it was the fire. It really wasn't.
To actually tie up your own arms and legs. That's obviously impossible.
Tying just the legs is one thing, but tying both arms would be impossible.
You couldn't do much with the free arm.
It'd be impossible if you were by yourself.
How about if you use your teeth? Or if you use your front tail?
Dirty joke! Is that a dirty joke?
By assumption that Nagito commits suicide, that's okay, right?
To actually tie up your own arms and legs. That's obviously impossible.
Tying just the legs is one thing, but tying both arms would be impossible.
You couldn't do much with the free arm.
It'd be impossible if you were by yourself.
What?
Crap. To act.
Okay. What actually do I have?
That's obviously impossible.
Torture wounds.
Tying just the legs is one thing, but
Maybe. What if it's memorization?
tying both arms would.
You couldn't do much with. It'd be impossible.
How about if you or if you use your
Dirty joke! Is that a dirty joke?
To actually tie up your own arms and legs. That's obviously impossible.
tying just the legs is one thing, but tying both arms would be.
You couldn't do much with the free.
It'd be impossible if you were by yourself.
How about
If you were by
use your
yourself.
teeth?
That's what it is.
Or if you use your
Dirty joke! Is that a dirty joke?
To actually tie up your own arms and legs.
No. God.
Crap. To act.
Okay, so what do we got? Got the survival knife? The survival knife? Maybe this is the
That's
survival knife.
obviously
Prove that
impossible.
tying just the legs is one thing, but
if you were by
tying
yourself,
both arms
the
would be
survival knife, how would he
impossible.
get that there?
You couldn't do much with the free arm.
It'd be impossible if you were
Maybe.
by yourself. Crap. To actually tie up your own arms and legs.
What are the other
Actually
things?
tie up your own arms and legs.
Duct tape, Monokuma
That's
plushie.
obviously
Monokuma
impossible.
plushie? What does that prove? That doesn't prove anything. What else have we got?
tying just the legs is
Monokuma
one
panels,
thing, but
oil lighter. The oil
tying
lighter?
both arms.
Found the fire's origin. This is what caused this fire.
You couldn't do much with the free arm.
tied with rope, and each rope was tied to nearby pillars, which prevented it from moving. The hell?
It'd be
What's the
impossible
contradiction?
if you were by yourself. Crap.
Is the
To
contradiction that
actually
he's
tie
not
up
by
your own
yourself?
arms and legs. That's obviously impossible.
Tying
What if
just
he-
the legs is one thing,
What if the
but
rope? What if the rope says that
tying
he
both
didn't tie
arms
it
would
up?
be impossible.
You couldn't do much with. It'd be impossible if you're.
How about if you use your teeth? Or if you use your front tail?
Dirty joke! Is that a dirty joke?
To actually tie up your own arms and.
See, he didn't.
No, that's
Huh?
wrong.
Hold on a sec. Isn't that premise flawed?
What? I mean, it's no mistake that his arms and legs were.
No, it shouldn't have been both of his arms. The rope on his right arm was completely burnt up. Based on that, you can't say he was tied up.
That was just burned by the fire. He should have been tied up before then.
It burned because of the fire. Like you said, it might look like that. But that was part of the trap. There's concrete evidence that proves it.
Proof that the burnt rope is a trap. His right sleeve.
I see.
Take a close look at his right sleeve. Even though the rope was burnt up, his sleeve wasn't burned at all. Wouldn't you agree? A burn like this, no matter how you think about it, is unnatural. That rope was burned in advance so it would look like it was burned in the fire.
Then Nagito's right arm wasn't tied up, right? He was able to move it freely, right?
Yeah, that should be the case.
Hajime, that's awesome! I'll let you cop a feel if you want.
Akane, you should not give it away for free. Make sure they pay you first.
That's definitely wrong.
Fine. I just gotta get a Benjamin from him before I let him touch me, right?
That's not what I meant. I'm talking about Nagito. I mean, even if his right hand wasn't tied up, the knife was still stabbed into it, you know.
It's impossible to stab a knife into your right hand.
Hajime, you tricked me.
Not only did he just try to charge me, now she wants the money back. What the hell?
Hold on. There should be a way.
Then hurry up and spill it.
If it's something lame, I'll make you give back the Benjamin with 10,000% interest.
It's okay, there's definitely an answer for this. Is it the girder? Blood on the girder. Blood on girder. Maybe?
Even if Nagito's right hand was free, how could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
If you threw the knife into the air and let the knife fall,
No. Again.
It's wrong. Even if Nagito's right
Okay,
hand
so it
was
might not
free,
be this. It might be the Monokuma plushie.
how could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
if you threw the knife into the air and let the knife fall, could he stab his hand that way?
Is he a throwing knife expert?
Maybe he propped the knife somehow?
Yeah.
I agree with that.
The life-size Monokuma plushie. He must have used that to prop the knife.
Makes sense. That's why there was a big hole in the plushie's stomach. He inserted the knife handle into that hole to prop it up. Then he slammed his hand onto it. If that's it, he had to place the plushie near him. And it also explains the mysterious blood on the plushie.
So the blood on the plushie came from Nagito after he stabbed the knife into his own right hand.
I see. So that's the trick.
But for a moment, I seriously thought Monokuma died or something.
A bleeding plushie is super scary. It's got the same fear factor as a doll whose hair grows too long.
After stabbing his hand, he no longer needed the plushie, so he cast it off toward the fire's origin point.
He probably thought the fire would incinerate it and destroy the evidence.
So what do you think now, Fuyuhiko?
I get what you're saying about the wound on his right hand, but there's still one huge problem. The spear. Basically, you're saying Nagito committed suicide by impaling himself with a spear, right? If you think about the order, getting killed by the spear should have been the last thing to happen to Nagito. If that's true, he can't grab a spear with his right hand if a knife is stabbed into it and his left hand was all tied up.
Then he probably took the spear first And as he endured the pain, he stabbed the knife into his right hand.
There is a limit to his constitution. If you got penetrated by something so big and thick, you would die instantly.
He threw it.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch all that.
Like I said, if you got penetrated by something so big and thick, you would die instantly.
Say it one more time.
Oh my god, dude.
Hey, bastard, you better cut it out.
Like she said, in that condition, it's very difficult to stab yourself with a spear. It'd be hard to use a spear with a knife stab into your right hand,
So you're saying...
but no matter what I think,
To think that one of us could kill...
You say you can't believe it, but that's why you keep getting betrayed.
You just shut your mouth. It's if you even think about...
Monami sassing me.
But it's just as... This might also be the same. Calling this a suicide takes too much for granted, and it's too convenient.
Then are you saying there is a killer among us, Kazuichi?
Of course, that doesn't include Miss Sonia and...
as Kazuichi said, it's true we've been constantly betrayed. But even if I'm betrayed again, I still want to believe in everyone. No matter how many times I may be betrayed, I still want to believe in everyone.
I also want to believe that there's no killer. But suicide is unimaginable.
Do you really think so?
But you said it too. It'd be impossible for him to stab himself with a spear in his condition.
I did say difficult, but I never said impossible. I feel that there's some way he could have
The
stabbed
girder.
him.
What?
I don't know.
You don't know.
It's impossible to figure out by myself. That's how.
Everyone.
Tell me how we're doing that.
All right,
let's do this. Okay, well, it's definitely gotta be blood on left hand.
How did Nagito stab himself with a spear? Let's work together and think this through.
When the spear stabbed Nagito, his right hand was covered by the knife, right?
Yeah.
He was only able to move his left hand.
But his left hand was also tied up.
Then that rules out his left hand.
No, that's wrong.
Hold on. It's still too early to dismiss the possibility that he used his left hand.
Why? I mean, his left hand was tied up, you know?
But there was something off about his left hand. The bloodstain on the palm of his hand. Don't you think it looked somewhat strange? He only had blood on the lower area of his palm. Beyond that point, the bloodstain suddenly cuts off, right?
When the blood splattered, that's as far as it reached, right?
That settles the description of that bloodstain. But it's not the only unnatural bloodstain. Look, there's blood on the back of his hand, around the middle joints of his fingers.
Like you said, it looks like an unnatural bloodstain, but what's wrong with that?
We might need to think and use our imaginations for a bit. If there's blood on his palm and the back of his hand, what was his left hand doing as the blood splattered?
Gripping.
I see.
When the blood splattered, he was probably gripping with his left hand. That's why there's such a strange-looking bloodstain on his palm and the back of his hand.
Is he grabbing his front tail?
Perish the thought! He was obviously grabbing the spear.
Whacking it as he killed
Now that
himself?
you mention it, compared to the rest of
I
his
mean,
body, the
I wouldn't
wounds
put
on
it
his
past
left
him,
arm
but
are
his
pretty
pants are
mild.
up, so...
He probably made his wounds mild on purpose, so he could keep his strength while he gripped the spear.
But even if he held the spear with his tied-up left hand, it'd be impossible for him to stab himself.
Hey, Chiaki, what do you think?
What if he threw it?
Hey, don't tell me you're getting sleepy.
At times like this, you should always strike from a good angle. Just like fixing an old TV.
Oh, I got it. Maybe.
Really?
Yeah, like I thought. It's no mistake that Nagito was gripping the spear. I think. However, what's important is what section of the spear he was gripping.
Section. The cord.
I see.
That's it. Instead of the handle, Nagito must have been holding onto the cord. There was a metal weight at the tip of the cord, but there were bloodstains on that part too. Plus, the joint between the weight and the cord had a bloodstain shaped like it was cut off by something.
Isn't the size of that cut-off section about the same size as a human fist?
Ah, you're right. So this is the part Nagito was gripping, huh? And then the blood that was supposed to end up here ended up getting on Nagito's left hand.
But why is it so important to know which part of the spear he was gripping?
You're not gonna say he gripped the tip of the cord, swung the spear around, and stabbed himself, right?
That is where the clue to solve this I am sorry. Of course this mystery will not be solved that easily.
Nagito was gripping. But from there, how would he stab himself?
It seems we are stuck. Shall we have tea time?
At a time like this, how about we stick to the plan to think one step at a time instead of expecting the answers all at once?
That's a long plan.
One step at a time.
Let's focus on the spear first. Namely, where it was and how it was positioned just before it impaled Nagito.
How it was...
It was facing up and the spear was stabbed through his stomach, so if it's just before that... Let's see, could it be? The state of the spear and the fact that Nagito's... Put those together and think about it, should be able to figure out where the spear was and what state it was in before it stabbed Nagito. Alright, here we go. Just making sure no other obstacles appear. Oh, ooh, that was close. Question 1. Where was the spear? It was above Nagito. The hell is that? Oh, well, I missed that then. Question 2. Besides the spear, what else was above? The ceiling girder. Ooh. Question number 3. What item connects both the spear and the ceiling girder? Spear's cord. What item connects both the spear and the ceiling girder? Spear's cord. Oh, there's more? Okay, no, there's not. Oh, hallelujah.
It's all coming together. The spear impaled Nagito as he was laying face up. It must have been perpendicular to him just before that.
Perpendicular? In the middle of the air?
If Nagito did that all by himself, did he have some sort of ESP?
That'd be awesome, but he probably used the ceiling girder directly above him.
Nagito probably slung the cord over the ceiling girder, and using that as a support, he hoisted the spear directly above him. And if Nagito let go of the cord, the spear would have fallen and impaled him while he was laying face up.
I noticed a slight red streak on the ceiling girder. It probably got smeared there during the setup.
The blood on the cord probably rubbed off on the ceiling girder as the spear was falling. So, how about it? Using this method, Nagito could have impaled himself with the spear.
Are you serious? He really committed suicide? Like that?
He probably chose that spear so he could commit suicide like that. If someone else did this, there's no reason they'd go to all this trouble just to kill someone with a spear.
I agree. When I was investigating this case, I kept thinking over and over how strange it was. Why did the killer use the knife and the spear so differently?
So you're saying he needed to use that spear to pull off his trick?
Then, this is for real? He really committed suicide? Every single wound on his body. That was all him?
Not just that, he did all that while he was gripping a spear? That spear should not have stabbed Nagito until the very end, which means Nagito wounded himself while he was gripping that spear, right?
Did he put the duct tape on his mouth, too?
He probably covered his own mouth so we wouldn't hear him screaming in pain.
Did he need to go that far? That's beyond crazy. Why would he do that to himself?
He was probably trying to get us to make a mistake. By committing a suicide that looked like a murder, he was trying to steer us toward the wrong answer. His goal was to get us all executed.
And that's why he stabbed himself over and over again?
Did he want us to die that bad?
That's messed up. That's seriously so messed up.
Yeah, that's our Nagito.
Gee, I was starting to feel a little sympathetic toward him. How stupid of me. Completely underestimated his capacity for malice. Mind-boggling malice and threatened us even after he's died. That's the form his malice took. I'd forgotten all about it until now. If he was here now, he'd probably be sneering at
However,
me.
there is one thing I still do not understand. He said he would reveal the traitor, right? Whatever became of that?
He was probably planning to kill the traitor along with the rest of us.
So why did he not just do that in the first place? If he had no qualms with killing everyone, he did not have to cause a bomb scare to reveal the traitor.
I bet the bomb scare was part of the strategy behind this trick. He made us split up and search for a bomb so none of us would have an alibi. He created a scenario where any of us could have killed him.
He tried to make us doubt each other and tried to hide the truth behind his suicide.
Did he cause a bomb scare for that reason alone?
He's a fucking bastard who killed himself for his delusions of grandeur. It's not that unthinkable.
You are right, I suppose.
Yeah, it appears we've come to a conclusion. Bastard Nagito committed suicide. It was all done by him so we'd be executed.
That should be okay, right? Right?
What? You're not satisfied yet?
No, I agree that Nagito killed himself, but I feel like there's something that doesn't make sense. It's probably just my imagination.
Well, I mean, I sort of understand what she's talking about. I don't think it's a mistake to assume that Nagito committed suicide, but why do I feel so uneasy about it? Is it because we don't know who the traitor is?
So
or...
what are you gonna do? Is it okay to proceed with the voting time?
What do you think, Akane?
Well, there's no doubt Nagito's death was a suicide. Oh well, I guess my gut is wrong sometimes.
You are right. It is not as though we can draw any other conclusion.
Then it's okay to end it here, huh? That means we're done with this last class trial and we can leave this island, right? It's okay to reach such a happy ending, right?
There's no way this
Then
is
it's
Danganronpa
okay?
2.
It's okay to say, you've decided on the killer? Understood. Then voting...
No, hold on a sec.
Hold on. Why?
Sorry, just a little more. I want you guys to wait just a little more. I can't help but feel like there's still something we overlooked.
Like who the traitor is?
But the issue here is who killed Nagito, right? Even if we identify the traitor, the conclusion won't change.
That's true, but...
The mystery isn't just about who the traitor is. No matter how you look at it, Nagito's death is a suicide. But I'm a little worried, you know? I'm worried about starting the voting time while there's still a mystery.
Hey, what do you mean it's not about who the traitor is? What kind of mystery is left?
There's just one thing that doesn't make sense. And it relates to Nagito's death. Plus, it's something even Nagito couldn't influence. He couldn't even tamper with the evidence for it.
You're gonna keep going?
Piece of evidence that he couldn't mess with. The Monokuma file? The MP3 player.
Crap!
No. Monokuma file?
Crap!
No? Monokuma file?
I see.
Yeah.
Is it about the Monokuma file?
Yeah, that's it.
Huh? There was something suspicious in the Monokuma file?
part of the Monokuma file. What is it? What's hidden in the Monokuma file? Hangman's Gambit? T-I-N... Cause of death. Cause of... Oh, shoot. Shoot, shoot, shoot. D... E... Where's A? Oh, jeez. Oh, shoot. T... And we need an H. Shit. Shit, shit, shit. H. Ooh. 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 Ooh.
In this particular case's Monokuma file, there's no specific cause of death.
Isn't that weird? Until now, the files always specified the cause of death.
But the cause of death is obvious, is it not?
Well, what if it isn't?
The spear in Nagito's stomach. It is obvious just by looking at it that it was the cause of death.
Was it?
Maybe it's not included if it's not important enough to write about.
Well, Monokuma, I plead the fifth!
Here he goes again! I'm so appalled that I have nothing to say.
But even during Gundam's case, and before during Nikon's case, the thing he purposely omitted from the Monokuma file was always the most important mystery in the case.
Are you saying that applies this time too?
Hold on a sec. Then, are you saying there's more to Nagito's death? Are you suggesting, again, that his death wasn't a suicide?
You guys were the ones who said it was a suicide in the first place.
No, I don't think it's a mistake to call Nagito's death a suicide. But, it's not just a suicide. Come to think of it, did Nagito really commit suicide just to get us all killed?
Are you sticking up for him?
That's not what I meant. I mean it in a bad sense.
Bad sense?
I just remembered that his malice always defied our expectations. And that concerns me. For example, would that malice just end here?
Huh?
Did Nagito's malice drive him to risk his life for a truth we'd reach this easily? I mean, this is Nagito we're talking about, you know?
How interesting! You sure do believe in Nagito, huh? Because you believe in his malice,
Monokuma.
you continue to suspect
Monokuma
his
said we
malice.
couldn't enter until the gases had cleared. So
I
the gas
see.
there.
I guess that's what passes for friendship these days.
What friendship?
What should we do, you guys? Should we proceed with the vote? I think we should keep going until everyone is satisfied. Even if it's just to be safe.
You're right. We only get one chance to vote after all.
Just to be safe, huh? Guess I have no choice. If that's the case, I'll do my best to go along with it.
This is friggin' annoying, but if you guys say you're doing it, there's no way I'm gonna back out.
Hey, Monokuma, you heard us. The voting's gonna have to wait.
We've come this far. Let's work hard till the very end. If we work together, everything should be all right. That's what I believe.
Oh, splendid. That's right.
If all your hopes are united, no despair can shake you. Now that I think about it, Nagito said the same thing. He said he was yearning for that. In this situation, it might be the thing that Nagito wanted all along. No, never mind. Probably overthinking.
No.
Man, my heart was racing like crazy when I thought the voting time was going to start, but, well, if you think about it rationally, there's no way it was going to happen. We haven't done this bit yet. Most of the players probably figured that out, too. You're the only one who didn't know. Isn't that right, Monomi? Hey, how much longer are you planning to suck? Let's get along like we always do. Alright, you passed. Friendship is measured by how long you can stand in silence when you're all alone with someone else. So, when we are the bestest of best friends. Don't say such stupid things. I hate you so much right now. Enough! Why do I have to be hated that much? Besides the fact that you snap at me like that, I don't trust you at all. Not even a teensy tiny 1 millimeter bit. How sad. Distrusting your friend is much more shameful than being betrayed by that friend, you know? We aren't even friends in the first place. Then as your older brother, let me say this. Not even my brother. It's sad to live a life without friendship. There's even sadder than watching a high school rom-com full of guys. Or maybe some... Oh, what? I fell for it. I totally took the man bait.
I'm Monami. By
There's
now,
nothing for me to say.
anyway, everyone is united. That's why I will fight the only way I can. That's
So if we're working together, where do we start? With the cause of death missing from the Monokuma file?
Why don't we try removing all our preconceived notions before we discuss this? In the beginning, our discussion advanced by assuming Nagito's death was caused by the spear. It's better to confirm if there are any other
If something other than the spear killed Nagito...
That was definitely a gruesome wound.
If you think the cuts are...
Are we finished?
I feel like...
Then let's bring up whatever we can...
Exactly!
We don't know if exactly exist. We need to find out. Monokuma's special poison.
Let us consider a different fatal wound.
It's not the knife in his right hand, right? It's not the other wounds, right?
With all those wounds, maybe he simply bled to death.
There's no way he burned to death.
Was the cause of death something that cannot be seen?
Yeah, Monokuma's special poison. Because Monokuma had to wait until all the gas cleared out.
That's it. I totally forgot about that possibility. If the cause of death was something we can't see, then we have to consider poison as a possible method.
Poison? It is true that poison is not something we can see, but why did you bring that up all of a sudden?
I remember, when I went to investigate Nagito's cottage, I discovered something really strange. Inside the refrigerator, I found a bottle of Monokuma's special poison.
Poison?
Additionally, that's a poison made specifically for killing. I see. Now that you mention it, there's no...
If poison was the cause of death, it would not leave an obvious wound on Nagito's body.
However, it's common for blood blotches to appear on a body that's been poisoned.
I see. You sure seem to know a lot about medicine.
What does that mean?
But, even if blood blotches appear, if the body was already covered in blood, there's no way we'd notice them easily, right?
Did he wound his body just to camouflage them?
That's also a possibility.
But still, both of Nagito's hands were full. So how would he drink poison?
His left hand was tied up and gripping the spear, and his right hand had a knife stuck in it.
If it was a slow-acting poison, it is possible he consumed it in advance.
No, the warning label on the bottle explicitly states the effect is instant.
Then it's impossible. Both his hands were full just before he died.
And this is when the hardtail appears.
You're totally overvaluing that tail.
His mouth was covered with duct tape, you know. If he wanted to drink poison, how'd he get it past his lips?
If there's no way he could have drank the poison, it might be impossible. Just kidding. It's not like we're out of possibilities yet.
Are there any left?
Hell no! No matter how you slice it, he was totally killed by that spear.
Since we've already ruled out so many possibilities, it might be easier to think about what really killed him. Operation Elimination Method. The hint should be written on the...
Poison entered Nagito's body. Try to remember it. What is this? Logic dive. Alright. These are getting harder. I think I gotta go slow. There's only 2 questions this time, though. Alright, just making sure another thing wasn't popping up. Ah. Alright, so I gotta take it slow, because I can't make it. Alright, they can't be obstacles because these only one path. Okay, question 1. What was the... What state? It was a gas. Woo! Okay, I don't trust this. This is too open. Yeah, I was about to say this is too open. Ooh. Okay, now this is too restricted for it to be. Alright, checkpoint. I think that's gotta be slow. We've only got one other question, so... This question 2? Question 2. How did the poison enter through his nose? If it was in a gas, then it would be through his nose. Right? Yeah! Why is it still going? Why is it still going? There we go. Okay, it did end. Alright,
It's all coming together. What if instead of drinking the poison, we assume he inhaled it?
Inhaled?
It's written on the poison's warning label.
Gen liquid is highly potent, takes effect immediately. Please handle with care, though its volatility is low. This liquid is very dangerous when vaporized.
Dangerous when vaporized. In other words, breathing in the gas is fatal.
Poison gas! Then all he had to do was breathe it in through his nose.
He breathed that poisonous gas inside the warehouse? But if poisonous gas had spread throughout the warehouse, why didn't it kill up?
Because we didn't breathe it. Should be able to explain it. Come on, Queen. No.
Crap.
The fire. Or no, the smoke.
Crap.
But the smoke was caused by the fire, so you can't blame me for saying that.
Crap.
What? Sprinklers? Ugh. Literally
The
every option.
sprinklers
but
in the
that.
warehouse.
The poison gas disappeared because of the sprinklers? It wasn't the fire?
Well, this was also written on the poison's warning label.
Gaseous state is heavier than air, it breaks down in minutes, and is susceptible to hydrolysis. Well, I don't know what hydrolysis is.
Of course! Hydrolysis! The chemical bonds that formed the poison were broken down by the water from the sprinklers.
Also, the poison is apparently denser than air, so it probably didn't affect us because we were standing.
But Nagito was laying down, so he must have breathed in a whole bunch of it, huh?
If it meets the requirements that well, maybe it's not just a possibility anymore.
Yeah, the true cause of Nagito's death was poisoning. The wounds on his body, the spear in his stomach, it was all to keep us from learning the truth.
So what?
Huh?
We figured out that Nagito died from poison, but so what? In the end, it doesn't change the fact that he committed suicide, right? Then enough already!
Nagito inhaled the poison he prepared and died. Yeah, that still sounds like a suicide.
Well, with this, we have a clearer picture. We've also determined the true cause of death. All right. All the mysteries should be solved now. We should get on with the voting time, right?
Well, but
What? There's still more?
I mean, not all the mysteries have been solved yet. In the end, his motive is still unclear. Did he commit suicide just so he could kill every last one of us? Was that really his motive? Is that really okay?
Hey, what happened? There's no reason to wonder about that stuff anymore, you know.
Nagito's motive, Nagito's malice. Is it really okay? Can we really finish this here? No, it
There
can't
might have been an accomplice.
Chiaki, what did you just say?
If Nagito committed suicide by inhaling poison that he brought, then why wasn't there anything that looked like poison at the crime scene?
Anything that looked like poison?
If Nagito brought poison to the warehouse, it's strange that we couldn't find it there.
Nagito really, then the thing that would have been left behind was the container.
I see.
The meat on the bone,
are
really?
you talking about the container the poison was kept in?
Yeah. If Nagito brought it, It's strange we couldn't find that container anywhere, right?
He can't carry around poison without putting it in a container?
Yeah, that was written on the warning label.
The container probably melted in the fire.
It's probably plastic or glass, right? There's no way it'd completely incinerate. Even the plastic fragments of the fire grenades we used to put out the fire didn't completely burn up, you know?
Then, does that mean someone got rid of the container?
So that's why you mentioned an accomplice.
That is impossible. I mean, an accomplice? It is just too...
Like, does that really matter all that much? I mean, even if he had an accomplice, it doesn't change the fact that Nagito still committed suicide.
You're right. Someone might have accidentally took it away from the crime scene.
Ah, you're right. You're totally right. That's totally it.
Right? Isn't it okay to close this case yet? I'm not in the mood for unexpected twists.
I don't want to hurt anyone. I don't want to get it hurt anymore by hurting someone else. If I'm tired of doubting anyone else, I also feel that way. That's why I just want to rule this and get it so tight. If you do that, nobody will hear. But
That's no good.
that's no good.
I feel like Nagito is seeing through us by calling this Nagito suicide. We're trying to take the easy way out so we don't hurt anyone else. But if Nagito was here right now, he'd probably be sneering at us. He'd probably say something like, "So that's the extent of your hopes."
So Nagito's ghost is whispering to you, huh? The power of friendship bursts beyond death, huh?
That's why you have the
Fiery
pictures in the
outcome like
first
this
place,
is
right?
Right out of a teen manga. Still, that's pretty messed up.
Shut up! You just be quiet.
I get what you're saying, but in the end, the reason he died is still the same as before, right? Even if we solve this mystery, the conclusion won't change at all.
I mean, it'd be a suicide regardless, right?
Even if there really was an accomplice, is there any reason we should take the time to figure out who it is? Like Fuyuhiko said earlier, it is possible that somebody accidentally removed the poison from the crime scene.
But I just can't imagine ending this by turning our backs on the truth.
It's fine, okay? There are some things we're better off not knowing, and we probably just didn't notice it. Like maybe the container was hiding with the fire grenade fragments.
What is this feeling just now? Even though it was brief, it was like a flash, strong flash of light running through the back of my head. Maybe what kind of just said now might be a new clue. And then I might be able to reach the answer. Maybe Nagito brought the poison, which means the thing is the container was the fire grenade. What? No? Oh, we need fire first. What? Gosh. Where's F? Or what's that F? Oh, we're not seeing any N's. This is E. You only need one A, right? What? Oh, that's... Man, come on. Freaking influence meter, man. No. Now we need an E. Jesus. Gren. We need an A, right? Oh, shh. Wait, A. Now we just need an... What? There's too many friggin' letters. Okay.
I got it!
I see. I got it.
Huh?
The fire grenades. Nagito put the poison inside one of the fire grenade canisters and transported it to the warehouse.
He used one of the fire grenade canisters?
Yeah, the container with the poison in it wasn't secretly taken away by someone. Instead, it was in a container that didn't need to be taken away in the first place. As long as he put the poison in the same container he brought to the warehouse, it can be hidden with the other fire grenades we used, so there's no need to dispose of the container later.
That bastard. He totally knew we were gonna throw those fire grenades.
Which means, did Nagito exchange the contents of a fire grenade?
Yeah, that has to be it.
When I first discovered those fire grenades, I tried to study them a little bit, but the canister was completely sealed shut by a layer of aluminum underneath the lid.
You just have to peel off that seal and swap the insides, right?
That is true, but
Hold on. Did you say aluminum?
Hajime. Could it be?
If so, then there's no mistake. Nagito definitely swapped the contents of one of the fire grenades.
Seriously? That's impossible. Miss Sonia just said so right now.
Sonia's words are proof that the poison was swapped with the contents of a fire grenade.
huh?
The aluminum piece of blue paper.
I can prove it with this. Take a look. We found this under Nagito's bed when we were investigating his cottage.
Huh? That's just a piece of trash.
No, that is not just a piece of trash. The seal I saw on that fire grenade matched this. It is the same aluminum.
You found the aluminum seal under Nagito's bed?
There's more. That's not the only thing we found in Nagito's room. We also found a gas mask and gloves under his bed, too.
Did he use those when he put the poison inside the fire grenade?
That's a dangerous poison after all. He took extreme caution when swapping them.
So what's the issue? Nagito put the poison in the grenade canister, brought it with him, breathed it in and died, right? So in the end, he still fucking committed suicide. Enough already!
I don't like how pushy he's being.
You're right. If the canister wasn't thrown away, then it just means that there wasn't an accomplice after all.
See, I told you. The conclusion is still the same. Nagito committed suicide. End of story.
I admit that there wasn't an accomplice. That was just my misunderstanding.
You're right.
In actuality, the truth is even more horrifying.
What did you say?
Hey, what are you planning to say now?
What the hell? Do you still want to keep going?
Is this not settled? There is no denying that Nagito's death was a suicide.
No, it's not.
Chiaki?
I'm sorry, but I just realized it.
Realized what?
We know Nagito used the grenade canister to store the poison. So when was it deployed in the warehouse? When did Nagito breathe in the poison? When I thought along those lines, that's when I realized it.
The horrifying truth?
It probably happened at the same time.
Fire grenades. Broad moment. Let's see. Spear foul?
Crap!
No. What? Fire grenades were brought in the moment.
I see! Are you saying it was when we all threw the fire grenades?
Yeah, I think so. When we all threw the grenades to put out the fire in the warehouse, the poison was deployed. And it converted to poison gas and killed Nagito.
If that is true, then the person who brought the poison and spread it was...
One of us?
What the heck?
One of us threw the poison grenade that killed Nagito?
Hold on a sec. Then Nagito was...
It would mean he didn't kill himself.
You said so yourself! You said Nagito committed suicide!
Then who killed Nagito?
You mean, who's the actual killer, right?
Do you know?
Who prepared the poison fire grenade that killed Nagito?
Person who prepared the poison.
Crap!
Ah, there it goes. Ah. Oh, well, at least my influence bar refills.
This is mine. We will never
At least
give up.
refills. That's the one good thing.
Take a look.
Huh?
Oh, we gotta go through all of this.
It's a
Nagito.
Moment B. When we all threw the
I
grenades.
see.
When the...
One of
What did it mean? He didn't... Who...
Huh? Person who prepared the poison fire grenade.
I
Nagito?
see. It was Nagito, obviously. We just discussed this a few minutes ago.
Then who set the warehouse fire that caused one of us to throw the poisoned grenade?
Person who set the weird.
I
Nagito?
see. That was also Nagito.
Hey, how many times are you gonna ask the same damn question?
The next question will be my last. Why did Nagito set...
Reason to make someone throw the poison.
Don't tell me. He set the warehouse on fire just so we'd have to throw the fire grenades?
He set the fire just so we'd put it out? Why'd he do that?
It was a trap.
A trap?
Preparing the poison. Creating a reason for us to throw the poison. It was all a setup by Nagito. It was all a trap to make one of us throw the poison grenade.
Seriously, I'm asking you who threw it.
I don't know. The person who threw it probably didn't know either.
Huh? Could it be... Was that Nagito's trap?
This wasn't an intentional murder. This was a murder that Nagito forced someone to do. And for that reason... He put the fire grenade that he filled with poison with the other grenades. Setting up a murder nobody can solve. That was Nagito's true goal.
What? What the hell?
Nagito did not commit murder. Instead, he manipulated someone else into killing him?
To do that, he set a trap to force someone to kill him. The poison grenade and the fire were traps. That's why the curtain was the fire's origin point. All the fire grenades we threw at the curtain shattered once they fell to the floor. Because of that, Nagito, who was laying face up on the floor, was able to breathe in the dense poison, and then...
Hold on. If that's true, you can't say the poison was the cause of death. It might be the poison's fault he let go of this.
Even so,
That's right! Nagito...
Are you fucking serious?
That was his trap all along. Even the wounds all over his body. It was all to mess with the evidence for what actually happened. His true goal was creating a murder that nobody can solve. He wanted to prove to us that there are mysteries that just can't be solved with educated guesses.
He probably expected that his fake suicide would be found out. After all, a mystery that can be solved is destined to be solved in the end. However, as you solve mysteries and bolster your... For those of you who believe there are no... meaning, he used all... Not all mysteries can be solved. Such a devious trick he played on you, as expected of Nagito.
That's
My
totally
brain's
messed
spinning.
up. That's so fucked up.
It is my fault, because I told you all about the fire grenades. I am so sorry. Please vote me as the killer.
That's not the fucking issue here.
It's not Miss Sonia's fault. This is all Nagito's doing.
But what should we do? How can we even figure out who the killer is?
It's impossible.
Impossible?
Nagito wanted to create a scenario where we couldn't make a decision. That's why we're at an impasse.
However, Monokuma also does not know who the killer is, right?
That's right. There's no way he'd be able to figure that out with just his surveillance cameras. If Monokuma doesn't know, this trial doesn't count. Isn't that right?
You know, I don't actually need stuff like cheap-ass surveillance cameras or whatever. I know perfectly well what's happening on this island at all times. I know you used the bathroom 3 times yesterday, Sonia. And one of those visits seemed to take a while.
Please stop! I will never become queen!
How can you? I'm so have such an awful power.
So, of course this trial still counts. Do your very best to guess who the killer is.
Yes, he says. How the hell are we supposed to do that?
Is giving up all we can do?
No, it's too early to give up.
Is there any way to figure out who the killer is?
Even though it's just a hunch, it's possible that it's probably... There's one way, I think.
Really?
Hey, is it alright if we look at Nagito's crime one more time from the beginning? I want to make sure my hunch is correct, Hajime.
Alright. It doesn't mean the trial is over yet, even though I don't know who killed. It should be clear what kind of trap he set, and I have to do it even if it leads to despair.
Got it.
Let's do it. Leroy Jenkins. Alright, what do we got? What was inside Nagito's refrigerator? A special poison. Right before switching the poison. What's placed inside the break room? What's behind the Monokuma? Okay. His whole body wasn't tied up. How did he support the spear? Hurt himself. Nagito dropped up the knife with something. The reason he went to the warehouse was inside the fire grenade was. There we go. Okay. Right before switching the poison. No, that's the same one there. Okay. It's placed inside the break room. It's behind the Monokuma panel. Door. His whole body wasn't tied up. Hurt himself. He would have propped the knife up with something. We went to the warehouse with. That goes there. Okay. That's stock 3, not the final one yet. Right before switching the poison. It's inside the break room. It's behind the Monokuma panel. Door. Body wasn't tied up. Grab the knife. Plushie. Stock 4, not the final one? Jesus. Okay. Switching the poison. It's placed. No. Okay. Does this go here then? Yes. Okay. Speed is dangling almost behind it. Alright, last one. Here we go.
Here's everything that happened in this case.
Nice.
The person who actually arranged this incident was the victim, Nagito Komae. He kept a specific item inside his cottage that he needed for his plan, Monokuma's special poison, which he brought with him from the Octagon. Using the gloves and gas mask that he got from the military base, Nagito swapped the contents of a fire grenade he took from the plushie factory break room with that poison. When he did that, a specific item was left as evidence, the blue aluminum seal on the grenade. With that, Nagito finished making the poisoned fire grenade, took it with him to the factory, and put it back with the rest of the grenades in the break room. The next morning, Nagito appeared before us and declared that he hid a bomb somewhere. While we were looking for the bomb, that's when Nagito headed over to the goods warehouse. In order to set up a fire, Nagito arranged the Monokuma panels in a line going from the door to the curtain and placed an oil lighter in front of it. From there, Nagito set his insane plan in motion. First, he hung the spear that he took from Nezumi Castle from the ceiling girder by its cord. Then he tied his arms and legs at the back of the warehouse with rope. However, he burnt off the rope on his right arm beforehand. In doing so, he made sure that only his right hand was free, while his remaining arm and legs were tied up. As he gripped the tip of the rope hanging over the ceiling girder with his left hand, he lay down face up, just beneath the dangling spear. But this was just the beginning of Nagito's plan. And then, he did something no one could have predicted. First, he covered his mouth with duct tape, and after making sure he was unable to scream, he stabbed himself with the knife multiple times in his left arm and in both of his thighs. Finally, he propped the knife on the plushie, and he didn't just want us to think he was tied up. He also wanted us to think he'd been tortured. Through all this, Nagito never let go of the spear. His plan still wasn't over. In fact, it was just about to begin. Meanwhile, we finally arrived at the plushie factory and found Nagito's message. After seeing his message, we instantly made our way to the warehouse. But that was part of Nagito's plan. We opened the door to the warehouse, which inadvertently started the Monokuma panel domino effect. The panels fell one after another until they reached the lighter, tipped it over, and ignited the curtain. Shocked by the sudden fire, we rushed to the factory's break room to obtain some fire-extinguishing grenades. We then aimed for the fire's origin point, which was the curtain, and unloaded the entire supply. It never occurred to us that one of those grenades was the poison grenade that Nagito had prepared.
Oh yeah, because there's no way for them to know.
The poison sank to the floor, instantly vaporizing due to the intense heat, and spread everywhere. The poison gas quickly drifted to the curtain at the back of the warehouse, where Nagito was. Also, Monokuma's poison has a unique quality in which it becomes heavier than air when vaporized. That poison gas completely surrounded the area where Nagito lay face up on the floor. There, Nagito inhaled the poison, and if it didn't instantly kill him, he certainly lost consciousness. Which caused him to let go of the rope in his left hand, and the falling spear plunged into his stomach. This is all the information related to Nagito's plan. His true intention was to set one of us up as the killer. At this time, we still don't know who the killer is, because the killer wasn't aware they killed someone. Try as we might, we cannot reach that truth. That was Nagito's trap. In conclusion, the fact that we can't determine the killer's identity this should be the truth behind Nagito's trap.
How about it, Chiaki? Will that help you figure out who the killer is?
Chiaki?
Just as I thought. It's impossible, isn't it?
You say we just have to vote for someone?
What Hajime said is probably true. That's part of the reason why I thought it was a little strange. Did Nagito really not care who the killer was? He said this to us earlier.
Going to be fine. I'm pretty sure everything will work out in the end. After all, there's no way Hope can lose. Absolute hope they can break through any despair. Can never lose in a place like this. And not only that, yeah.
That feeling of belief is at the heart of his trick. He believed we'd notice the fire grenades. He believed we'd try to extinguish the flames, and he believed we'd fall into his trap. By believing in us, Nagito was able to put his life-threatening plan into effect.
What do you mean, believe?
And what's wrong with that?
There's one more thing, remember? Something that Nagito believed in from the bottom of his heart. I want you to try to remember what that is.
His talent?
I see!
Nagito believed in his talent as the ultimate lucky student.
Guess the last thing he could believe in was his own talent.
That's not so strange, really. Most of us here have been relying on the same thing.
But, in his case, it was pretty remarkable, wasn't it? It almost seemed like he had blind faith in it.
You're right. The same thing happened when he cleared the final dead room at the funhouse.
The same thing. The first killing happened at the old building near the hotel. He depended on his luck and was able to get cleaning duty just as he wanted.
But his luck doesn't have anything to do with the case this time, right?
I just thought it was strange that it doesn't connect to anything.
Huh?
He factored in his belief in us, but for some reason he didn't factor in his own luck. No, there's no way. I mean, this is Nagito we're talking about.
What did he do?
You know, he wasn't just after anybody. He probably had a target. A target he was aiming for all along. A person to set up as the killer.
A target? Who?
The target's true identity. Even Nagito didn't know it. That's why he relied on being the ultimate lucky student, and incorporated that luck into his plan. As long as he had his luck, he believed the target he was after would pick up the fire grenade.
You mean he left his plan to luck?
He risked his life for that?
He probably risked his life just so his ultimate luck could decide this.
Who is it? Who's the target Nagito was after?
Max says. The traitor.
I see!
That's it. The traitor. Nagito was after the traitor, huh?
Then he relied on his luck to weed out the traitor?
Nagito didn't know who the traitor was until the very end. All he could do was rely on his own luck.
Then what he said in his video message...
It won't work with just any student handbook. If you want to use the traitor's student handbook, to be honest, I found out who the traitor was after secretly monitoring. But I was a little annoyed that they never came forward.
So he was just bluffing.
That's probably true. By that point, his plan should have already been in motion.
It's just as Nagito said at the beginning. His purpose was to weed out the traitor. If we just believed in what Nagito said, we would have reached the answer much quicker. The reason this took so damn long was it really because
But
we
if he
didn't believe-
just wanted to out the traitor, he didn't have to go this far and make that person the killer. Damn it! We're all in a huge bind because of that.
It means he wants us to beat the traitor.
By finding out who the traitor is, our hopes will shine even brighter by overcoming that despair. That's something he'd say.
Mon ami, it looks like you've got something you want to say. But you better just keep your mouth shut.
And that concludes my argument. Nagito's plan was to make the traitor kill him. What are you gonna do? Are you guys gonna believe me?
He relied on his luck to aim for a target, but he didn't even know who he was aiming for. It sounds way too unbelievable to actually
The
happen,
only
but
thing we can do is believe.
If we don't, then we'd just be relying on our luck when we cast our votes.
But even if we do believe, what should we do? I mean, if we don't know who the target is, there's no way we can even vote.
You're absolutely right. It is hard to think the traitor would reveal themselves now.
If, by chance, the traitor revealed themselves during that bomb scare, what would have happened? Would it have stopped Nagito from acting so reckless?
Huh?
But they couldn't help it. Even if they wanted to reveal themselves, they couldn't do it because they weren't created to do that.
Chiaki?
What's wrong, Chiaki? Get a hold of yourself!
That's why I want you guys to guess.
You want us to guess?
Yeah, I want you to guess.
It's her.
What? What does that mean?
Who do you think it is, Hajime? Who do you think the Future Foundation?
What?
A traitor who's not allowed to think that they're different from everyone else.
Why?
A traitor who can only interact with everyone as a traitor.
Why?
Because that's the nature of their existence. They can only exist as a traitor.
Seriously, why?
Who do you think? Hajime, please.
What? Chiaki? Was I right?
It's... you? Chiaki, you're the traitor?
Please! Hold on!
Aw, you totally guessed right.
Yes! Tinfoil hat! Tinfoil
Just as
hat!
expected.
Tinfoil hat!
Yep, you're correct. I'm the traitor. The agent sent by the Future Foundation to hide among you all is me.
Damn it. Why? This is nonsense. Why does this make sense?
Hey, Chiaki, are you being serious right now?
Chiaki is the
Wait!
traitor?
That means I'm 2
That
for
is a
2!
lie.
I guess the Juko is the mastermind, I guess
You
the
must be
Chiaki is the
joking.
traitor! I'm 2 for 2, baby!
I'm sorry. It's the truth.
Hey, what are you saying sorry for?
What does this mean? You... Up to
They were
now-
created as a trailer. The factory was making
tricking us?
androids, wasn't it?
What? We were not tricked! After all, we have been working together all this time. We have been helping each other all this time. Chiaki, being a traitor, being a member of that horrifying Future Foundation, that is obviously a lie.
Please, wait! The Future Foundation isn't what you think it is!
Shut the fuck up! We're talking to Chiaki!
No, I have nothing more to say.
Why?
Because we already know the killer's true identity. So the only thing left to do is vote.
Hold on! We're not satisfied yet!
If you say you are the traitor, please provide an explanation that will help us understand. We cannot vote until we are satisfied. That is what you said earlier, Chiaki.
Hey, if you're really the traitor, why'd you wait till now to reveal yourself?
It's weird, isn't it? Waiting until right now to out yourself.
It's definitely strict. Maybe... I wanted to protect everyone, no matter the cost.
Huh?
Hey, Hajime. Can you do me a small favor?
Favor? Me?
I want you to prove to them that I'm the traitor.
What?
What?
What are you saying? Why do I have to do that?
I want to explain everything to you guys, but... as I expected, that's rather difficult. That's why... the only thing I can do is plead with you.
Wait a second. Is the Future Foundation their enemy?
I want you to do it. I believe you can prove it.
Whether I can prove it or not, that's not the problem. Don't you understand? You may as well be asking me to kill you. There's no way I can do that.
I'm very sorry, but this is the only way. So please.
Looks like we gotta do what we can. It's not like I believe she's the traitor. There's just no way we can ignore this without confirming it.
If she was just disguised or something, this would have been a heck of a lot easier for us to understand, but...
She's not disguised at all, 'cause Chiaki isn't the traitor.
Monami?
Too bad. I'm not part of the same group as that girl. I don't know anything about that girl at all.
Hey, are you trying to cover for her like that? You suck!
I've always been alone. I have no friends anywhere. That's why I have no relation to Chiaki whatsoever.
Hajime, you're going to listen to my request, right?
Damn it.
Chiaki isn't my friend. I hate Chiaki so much.
I don't know, me proving it here, is that the only way? Panic attack action? Oh boy, here we go.
Hajime, you stupid face! Let's all get along. I won't let you. Let's all get along. Burst open and mix. I can't lose. Hajime, you stupid face!
Oh, does it keep going until it runs out? Oh, that's...
I'll lower your grades. Disappear. Hajime, you stupid face. Let's all get along. I'll lower your grades. Hajime, you stupid face. Let's all get along. Chucky and I aren't best friends.
Nomi's notebook.
This is the end. When we investigated Nagito's cottage, I discovered a notebook with the new Sami logo on it. That's your notebook, right? The one Nagito stole from you.
I don't know. I don't know.
Don't tell me. Is that where the traitor's true identity is written?
That's right! Since I knew something like this would happen, I made sure to bring it here today.
So sudden?
Give me that notebook.
Talked to everyone for the first time today. Monokuma showed up and things turned bad. Yuki's the leader. A lot of things happened today, so everyone's tired.
What is this? Is this Monome's diary?
Is the traitor's identity written in here?
Nagito was probably looking for that too. So that might be why he stole the notebook. But you wouldn't know who the traitor is just by reading this notebook. Of course, Nagito wouldn't know either. However, it's different for me.
You know?
It took me this long, but I finally understand.
Well, the truth is, I might have known already from the moment I found this notebook. It's just I wanted to turn my eyes from the truth it contained. And I clearly know I can't help but know.
First of all, this isn't Monomi's diary. Apparently she can't write.
Then the one who wrote this is...
Someone connected to Monomi. Meaning, it's not a mistake to think that the traitor wrote it.
If so, is this like a report that the traitor was sending to Monomi?
Is it evidence that they were observing our actions and reporting to Monomi?
But how would you know who the traitor is from that?
Because there's an entry written in here that only me and one other person would know.
The topic we discussed in that entry. The final dead room.
In the notebook, there was a specific entry.
Day 16, we've been in the fun house for 3 days. Everyone's been hungry and on edge. Hajime tried to go into the final dead room today. He's probably panicking because no one believes him.
There it is. It's true. I tried to go inside the final dead room, but the only one who knew that. That's right. The only person who knew that is Chiaki. That's why Chiaki is the only person who could have possibly written about this.
There must be some mistake. I mean, if Chiaki is the traitor, what was all that time we spent with her? Was that all a lie too?
Miss Sonia.
Chiaki is... She is being controlled by Monokuma. That is why we should help her.
I'm not satisfied either. I mean, if you were the traitor, there's no way you do something so stupid when we found the bomb.
So with an annoyed expression on her face, Chiaki walked over the bomb. Without hesitation, Swift. That's right!
Now that you mention it, Chiaki immediately went to the card reader with her handbook.
She tested it out right away after being told it would only react to the traitor's handbook.
That doesn't make any sense. A traitor would be more cautious than that.
Chiaki probably knew the bomb was a fake. That's why she also knew Nagito's trap was a bluff.
She knew? That is a mistake. That must be a mistake. Why are you saying such things? Do you really want Chiaki to be the traitor?
Of course not.
I will not believe it. I refuse to believe Chiaki is a traitor. There is just no way.
I don't believe it either. I don't want to believe it, but...
Then nobody will be saved.
Oh? Oh, another one? What do we got? Monokuma File 5, Sony's account, Monokuma's account, Monomi's notebook. What's Sonya's account? I don't know. It's probably a memorization one.
Chiaki is not the traitor.
When we were trying to turn off the bomb, didn't Chiaki use the card reader right away?
Yeah?
If she's a traitor, she would have been more cautious.
There's
What?
no way Chiaki would have known if that bomb was fake or not. The only person who knew it was a fake was me, when I tried to detonate it.
Monokuma's account.
Unless you know a whole lot about bombs, there's no way you know if it's fake just by looking at it.
don't believe it, but moving forward, I have to.
Chiaki is not the traitor!
When we were trying to turn... Didn't Chiaki use the...
If she's a traitor, there's no way Chiaki... If that bomb was fake or not! The only person who knew it was a fake was... me, when I tried to detonate it!
What?
Damn it! Chiaki is not...
He apparently never revealed it. And Monomi. Sonia's account. Monomi was peeking.
When we were trying to turn off the bomb, didn't Chiaki use the card reader right away?
So it was the right thing, just the wrong
There's no way Chiaki
bullet.
that bomb was fake or not! The only person who knew it, me, when I tried to...
That's not it. That's not it. Sonia shouldn't have been the only one who knew it was a fake. Monomi was also there when you found out the bomb at the military base wasn't real. You said so yourself.
Is that true, Miss Sonia?
Chiaki heard about it from Monomi. That's why she knew the bomb was a fake.
Since I've been found out, I'll just confess. The reason I couldn't tell anyone I knew the bomb was a fake was because if I had said that, I would have had to explain how I heard about it from Monomi.
I do not want to hear that! Enough already. Please do not say another word. I do not want this anymore. I am so very tired of doubting people.
Sonia.
And just because she knew the bomb was a fake does not mean we should decide she is the traitor!
What do we have? Sonia's account. It's Sonia's account, right? The Hope's Peak Academy file, maybe.
Even if she knew the bomb was fake, that does not prove Chiaki is the traitor. If that counts as evidence, I should be doubted too. After all, I also knew the bomb was fake.
Okay, so I need to save it. I won't have enough words if I counter her right away. It might be best.
Even if she knew the bomb was
1, 2,
fake,
3, 4, 5,
that does not prove
6,
Chiaki is
2,
the traitor.
3, 4, 5.
If that counts as evidence,
2, 3, 4.
I should be doubted
2,
too.
3, 4, 5. Okay, so I
After
gotta.
all, I also knew the bomb
Okay,
was
so I gotta
fake.
break the last one, the next one. Okay. Alright.
Even if she knew the bomb
1,
was fake,
2, 3, 4, 5,
that does not prove
6,
Chiaki is
2,
the traitor.
3, 4, 5, 6.
If that counts as
1,
evidence,
2, 3,
I should be
4,
doubted too.
2, 3, 4.
After all, I also knew the bomb was fake.
No, I need one more. I need more than that. What the hell?
Even if she knew the bomb was
1,
fake,
2, 3, 4, 5,
that does not prove
6,
Chiaki is the
2,
traitor.
3, 4, 5, 6,
If that counts as
2,
evidence,
3, 4, 5.
I should be doubted
Oh, I
too.
did it wrong.
After all, I also knew the bomb was fake.
Okay. Here we go. So what if we only do
Even if she knew the bomb
1,
was fake,
2, 3, 4,
that does not prove
5,
Chiaki is
6,
the traitor.
2, 3, 4, 5.
If that counts as evidence, I should be doubted too. After all, I also knew the bomb was fake.
There we go.
Knowing it was a fake isn't the problem. What matters is who told her. What matters is that she heard about it from Monomi.
There was someone other than me and Monomi who knew that bomb was fake. That someone is Monokuma. Monokuma said so earlier. He knows everything about this island. Monokuma probably thought it was fake. If so, you could not declare Monomi and Chiaki were working together.
Shit. Oh, retreat. Oh, come on.
Damn it! Even if she knew the bomb
1,
was
2,
fake,
3, 4,
that does not prove
5,
Chiaki is
6,
a traitor.
3, 4, 5, 6.
If that counts as evidence, I should be doubted too. After all, I also knew the bomb was fake.
Okay, come on.
Knowing it was a fake isn't the problem. What matters is who told her. What matters is that she heard about it from Monami.
There was someone other than me and Monami who knew that bomb was fake.
No,
That
Monokuma's
someone is
account.
Monokuma. Monokuma said so earlier, correct? He knows Monokuma probably told Chiaki that it was fake beforehand.
You're right. Monokuma probably knew the bomb was a fake. But Monokuma shouldn't have told anyone either.
That Monokuma may have just been lying.
No, he won't lie at times like this. You already know that.
Hajime, are you going to believe Monokuma over Chiaki?
That's not it.
It's just, even if Chiaki is the traitor, is it really okay to vote for her? That basically just means we have to believe in Nagito's luck, right?
That's not it.
Are you telling us to trust his luck? Are you telling us to entrust our lives to that bastard?
There's no way I can believe in Nagito.
I'm telling you, that's not it. We shouldn't believe in Monokuma or Nagito. We have to believe in Chiaki.
Huh?
It doesn't matter who the traitor is. Even if Chiaki is the traitor, that's not the Chiaki I know. I believe in the Chiaki who's been with us this whole time. That Chiaki is saying she wants to protect us with her life. So the only thing we can do is believe her. If we don't, nobody's going to be saved.
Damn it.
Hey, can you listen to me a little? There's nothing to be sad about, you know? 'Cause this is different from what happened before. Unlike before, you guys don't have to stay alive by doubting someone. You guys can stay alive by believing in me.
Are you telling us to believe in you and sacrifice you? That is just too cruel.
I'm sorry.
Chiaki.
Monami, I'm sorry too. You're probably gonna get scolded by a lot of different people for this, but still, I want to protect everyone by any means. And I'm happy that I'm able to do that.
It's not up to me to decide whether that's right or wrong. However, I believe it's truly amazing that you were able to think like that. We could even call this a miracle.
Hey, what have you two been talking about? Everyone's jaws are dropping, you know?
I know. It's voting time, right?
Hey, Chiaki.
You don't have to worry. Believe in me, and cast your vote.
Damn it!
Why did it end up like this?
Interesting. It's not fair. I feel the same as everyone else. There's no way I can agree to this. Emptiness, loneliness, sadness. Most of all, I'm ashamed of my weakness, but even so, I have to move forward. If we believe in the person who's urging us forward, then we have to start walking and believe with as much hope as possible in what lies ahead.
Even so.
Man, I'm poop. Let's go ahead and announce the result. The traitor from the Future Foundation and Nagito Kamaida's killer is Chiaki Nanami.
Damn
Are you
it!
serious? That was correct? The fact that Chiaki was a traitor, the fact that Nagito's crime depended entirely on his luck. Everything was
Damn
true.
it.
Plus, that means that bastard managed to pull it off.
Congratulations, everyone.
Damn it.
Stupid. We're not celebrating.
Damn
now.
it!
Chiaki, let me ask you one more time. Are you really part of the Future Foundation, agent of the organization that brought us to this island? Is that really your true
I'm
identity?
sorry I didn't tell you guys.
What?
Shh.
That is...
I cannot believe it, even though I do not want to believe it. There's no choice but to believe, right?
I'm sorry.
It would have been better if I could have said it sooner. But but I couldn't say it no matter what. 'Cause I can't betray the Future Foundation. Can't betray.
Well?
Even if you want to fly, you can't, right? Even if you want to swim where you please, you can't, right? It's the same for me. Due to the nature of my existence, I'll never be able to betray the Future Foundation. What the heck? But in the end, you did something similar. What you did is no different than sharing your secret yourself. You're right.
Why?
There was nothing time to be
Well?
left. Strangely enough, I don't have any regrets. In fact, I'm somewhat happy. I was able to think I wanted to protect everyone. That's why I feel proud of myself. You're still saying things I don't get, but if we ask you anything, you're just not gonna answer, right? Like, if we ask you why you were in the Future Foundation and stuff.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
That is...
Even if you were a traitor, you never betrayed us. Jackie, he will always be our friend. Even though we don't blame you for this, that's why you don't need to apologize.
Yeah,
So the traitor was revealed and Jackie lost in the end. And went according to Nagito's plan.
like...
Huh? About that. Was that really Nagito's goal? Is it really okay to say he was trying to find the killer and eliminate them? If so, wasn't it strange? Strange?
So-
I mean, we nearly lost, right? And if Chiaki hadn't said anything, we definitely would have lost. You raised a good point. That's exactly it. Even though Nagito said he would weed out the traitor, he never said he would kill the traitor. Huh?
Yes, indeed.
Congratulations! You successfully stopped Nagito's plan. I mean, Nagito's plan was to reveal the traitor and kill everyone else besides the traitor. Kill everyone else besides the traitor? That was Nagito's goal? Why would he do something like that? Of all the form plan that only the traitor would survive? Is that bastard really that twisted? It's okay. Okay,
Well?
what? I mean, it's not just Nagito's fault. If the circumstances had been different, he probably wouldn't have taken things so far.
Chucky.
You really are a kind-hearted person. Huh? You think so? Jeez, I wonder where you got your personality from.
Perhaps.
Our dad and our big brother, don't you think? Hey, don't go talking about your family all of a sudden. That's totally ripping off Teru.
Can't lose.
I cannot lose to Jackie, just like Jackie and everyone else. Even if I know it's a fight, I cannot win. I must try to retaliate. Huh? Retaliate?
I will no longer let you do as you please.
Stupid! Stop! What are you doing?
As they say, we shall die together.
She self-destructed?
What'd you say?
What is going on?
No.
I'm not dead. Whoa, no one fucking did. Phew, man, that surprised me. If only I didn't have a spare, I would have died.
I can't lose.
I'm not... Hey, wait!
If I don't beat you, nobody can live in peace.
Stop it, I say! I'm sorry, I lose! Forgive me!
Are they just gonna keep doing this?
Hey,
Seriously, stop it. If you don't stop right now, it's all going to be
I
destroyed.
won't
Of course,
forgive
it's,
you.
you'll all be destroyed. I will be the one to protect
I
the
won't
students. I
let
will
you.
protect them with my life.
hey, hey.
Well, then how many of you still are? You might as well all come out at once.
Ooh.
How many? Not that much. Just around 10 to the 60th power. What did you say?
What?
1 million? 1, 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000, 1 million, 1 billion, 1 trillion, 1 quadrillion, jump ahead. And then 10 to the 60th. That's 10 to the 60th power.
Hey,
After all this, you're still joking around. You sure have quite the daring spirit. Except I'm not joking. What are you even saying anymore? Didn't you see that scene? While you're doing this, my clones are continuously and endlessly created in the Monokuma manufacturing facility.
that's wrong.
That's right, I checked them with my own hands. They're just plushies.
Damn it!
Just bluffing. Monomi, finish them off.
Hey,
Even if it's just a plushie, as long as you give it Monokuma's personality, it becomes a fully developed Monokuma. See, there's no way that's possible. That's not even magic. Magic, huh?
Could it
You
be?
already obtained that much power?
Hey.
Well, if you bring up magic or something, we're gonna be so confused. Unless you mean magic in a technological sense, we won't understand.
Hey.
What's going on? Don't tell me they're not gonna call us magic or something. Well, I don't care how you interpret it.
In the end, even if Monomi risks her life or does whatever, it doesn't matter to my army of 10 to the power of 60. There's no value in that life you're risking. So how about this? This overwhelming despair! Does it make you dizzy from excitement?
Nagito stop
What's
protection. And how many Monomis are left to challenge my army of 10 to the 60th? You don't have to say anything. I know. Let's see. You have 10 more left, right? I know everything. I'm the conqueror of the new world. But even if I have no chance of winning,
It's okay, Mon.
Huh?
Well,
It's not about giving up, you
let's
know.
believe in
Let's
them,
believe in them. Let's believe in everyone and leave the rest to them.
right?
Right?
Damn it.
What's going on? do not know for certain, but the only thing I can say is
Please listen.
Monokuma is an enemy of the Future Foundation.
Like,
Does that mean there's another organization that's our enemy besides the Future
this
Foundation?
is
In this
bad.
situation, because we're caught up in a dispute between these two organizations? Okay, that's it. Let's just leave that talk for later. Because the punishment time's gonna start. Hold on, just a little more time. The wait or not the wait, that is the question, but which will cause more despair? That's the real question. If you think about it, you know, right? There's no way I'd wait. But
I'm
haven't-
sorry.
I'm sorry, Hajime. Regardless, there's nothing else I can say. I'm not allowed to say anything more than I already have. Not that I...
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment.
For Chiaki Nanami, the ultimate
Special
gamer.
bleeding service.
Ah, for Monomi too. Why even? It's just a 2-for-1 special. I could have killed that thing anytime I wanted since she's not a student, and also I don't need anybody that will define me anymore. Also, I remember now. I'm an only child.
That is...
What is that? It's okay. Even if I'm here, I'd just be a burden anyway. I'm not just that. I decide to believe in everyone.
You guys,
Guys, I'm sorry.
I'm
about
sorry
I'm sorry.
for lying to you.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I couldn't protect you to the very end.
Just one last time, let me say something that makes me sound like a teacher. There's no need to be a hero. You don't have to force yourself just to make people acknowledge you. When you do that, you end up blaming yourself, blaming other people, and feeling jealous of everyone. But still, it doesn't have to be like that. Even if people don't acknowledge you, you just have to be someone that you can be proud of. 'Cause you yourself are your biggest supporter. If you can learn to love yourself, that love will continue to support you for the rest of your life. Love, love.
Bye, everyone. It's okay. A shining future will always be waiting for you. It's true. It's absolutely true, 'cause I know.
Bye-bye. Please don't forget about your teacher.
Let's give it everything we've got.
Then
It's punishment time.
Then let's proceed with high spirits. This is the very last punishment time. Oh, I get it. It's Space Invaders. Oh, I see. It's a bunch of arcade machines. First Space Invaders, then Pac-Man. That's another classic one. What is it, Frogger? Oh, Tetris. Even until the very end, I couldn't look away from Chiaki's final moments without realizing it. I had fallen to my knees, a feeling of powerlessness spread throughout my body. It's over. I just had to end. Before I could ask what I needed to ask, before I could say what I needed to say, Chiaki vanished before my eyes, and I couldn't even tell her thank you. If I had said that, she would have been comforted a little. As she was executed as the traitor, would she have been comforted a little? I don't know. My chest just hurt. Good gracious! That was such a big surprise. As for Chiaki, She regularly took on the role of Pointman during the class trials, as did Nagito too. And not only was she the traitor, she was Nagito's killer. Oh well, don't worry about it. There won't be any more situations where you'll need to rely on them. Wait, does that mean? Now that the annoying rabbit is gone as well, all the obstacles that have been keeping us stuck on this island are completely gone. You serious? We can really leave this island? Yep, congratulations. With this, I shall announce the end of the killing school trip. For you 5 who've survived up until now, I shall give you the right to graduate. Thank you for all your hard work. Are you really okay with that? What do you mean? There's still 2 days left. If you're acting like your usual self, you'll be setting things up so another killing happens right away. You're right. Stop it. What are you saying? What if Mr. Monokuma changes his mind? Also, you said U5 like you were emphasizing that part. Does the number of people matter more than the remaining time? That's why you're saying it's the end already, even though there are still 2 days left, right? It matters that there are 5 people left. Plan to make a volleyball team? You need 6 people for volleyball. Stay quiet. Say something. What's your actual purpose? You're our enemy and an enemy of the Future Foundation, so what's your true identity? The Future Foundation is the world ender, then I will end the new world that the Future Foundation has created. Huh?
No,
Well, you'll just have to look forward to the rest after the countdown ends. That timer has almost reached 0. If it reaches 0, everything will end. The Future Foundation's lame plan will be nothing but toilet bubbles.
Hey,
And when that time comes, you'll know everything. You'll see all of your questions answered in one go. And then you guys will find out for yourselves just how messed up this new world is.
Hey.
New world? Don't go saying new shit all of a sudden.
Yep.
Well, just think of the remaining 2 days until the countdown reaches 0 as a bonus. Well, I got it. You should enjoy your life on this tropical island to the fullest, because once you leave this island, your hopeless lives back home will be waiting for you. His boisterous laughter carried on for what felt like forever. Questions or worries or sadness were simply ignored. The laughter just kept going forever. As for what we did afterwards, honestly, it doesn't matter at all. I returned to my cottage for the time being and fell asleep. Even after I woke up, my will to move my body didn't come back. That's why I didn't look back on everything that happened until now. I didn't think about what was going to happen. I just kept on praying that nothing else would happen and burrowed deep into my sheets as if I were trying to hide. In doing so, I was somehow trying to endure that long day. And then the sun finally set. The day feels abnormally long when you spend it praying that nothing happens, which reminds me, I haven't heard Monokuma's announcement. I guess that isn't needed anymore. Is everything really going to end? What is everything anyway? How far? How much is everything? If we leave this island, is everything going to end? Still so much we don't know. About our school memories, the Future Foundation, Hope Speak Academy, Monokuma's true purpose. Can we really end this and turn our back on all that? Not just that, if we're really leaving, then where are we going? To Hope Speak Academy? That was my last night at Jabberwock Island, at a place where my worries didn't even matter. Everything was about to end. Left. I feel like I had a fun dream somehow. I think it was about my childhood. Because of that, I was able to face the day with a somewhat happier feel. That's right. It's the last day, according to Monokuma. Suddenly my body shuddered. Right when I opened my eyes, I was gripped by a fear that I'd never felt before. I fear like I had been abandoned in this world, completely, utterly alone, with nobody left on this island. Kazuichi, Fuyuhiko, Kan, Sonia, like everyone was gone. I couldn't find them anywhere. I suddenly couldn't believe in anything, like everything in this world was lies. Rushed out of the cottage, desperate to escape that fear. Rushed out of the cottage, desperate to escape that fear. Rushed out of the cottage, desperate to escape that fear. I rushed out of the cottage, desperate to escape that... Rushed out of... What the fuck? What? I left the cottage, randomly ran into her.
Hello there.
Hajime, good timing. Good timing?
See?
Remember Nagito's video message that we found at the factory? Yeah, when we were dealing with the bomb rockets. What about it?
Well?
Apparently there was more to that message inside the laptop, huh?
Yep.
We weren't able to see it until a day or so had passed. Apparently it was locked by a timer. Did he set it up so we won't be able to watch it until after the cops are over? Why would he do that?
Perhaps.
Maybe Nagito planned to leave this as a will. Nagito's will? Where is it right now? We're just planning to meet at the restaurant and watch it together. Got it, the restaurant. I don't like where this is going. I'm gonna save and we're gonna watch. And double check the pet. Pet's doing fine. I'm gonna save and then we're gonna head to the restaurant. I don't like where this is going. Once again, for quite possibly the first time in the second game, I pull out the bag of JonTron quotes, although I keep using the same ones. So.
Yo,
Hey, you're late. Is it true Nagito really left me a message? Yeah, before Miss Sonia and thank her. She was the one who found it. I was going for a walk with Gundam's hamster, and I found it when I stopped by. Yes, she did take him in! Yes!
Listen well.
Ooh, for coincidence, you say wrong. That is the will of... Wait. Excuse me? Excuse me? A coincidence, you say? Wrong. That is the will of casualty guiding you. Huh? Why would Miss Sonia be going for a walk with Gundam? I never allowed that.
Damn right.
So anyway, let's hurry up and play. Yeah, you're right. Wonder who's watching this message. Is it the trader from the Future Foundation? If so, congratulations. Looked like it ended the way I hoped it would. The way you hoped it would?
Damn it.
Nagito was trying to kill everyone except the traitor. Damn it, it was just one person. So he really set up the traitor as the killer, and he even tried to make him survive the trial. But why would he do that? Enough with your useless talk. It appears there's still more. But if everyone but the traitor's watching this
How
video,
unfortunate.
unfortunately, I guess I lost. That outcome is the complete opposite of the hope I believe in. Well, not that matters for me. I mean, no matter what the outcome is, it doesn't matter for a dropout.
Now then.
Let's put this meaningless introduction aside. Get down to business. I'm going to speak so that both sides will understand. First of all, you might be wondering why I did what I did. Well, I just took action after talking about it for so long. Special prize in the final dead room. I've made learning certain truth. It would be troublesome if everyone found out, so I already disposed of that page. Everyone would still be surprised at me. Future Foundation's trader must have known that truth all along. So, is able to learn the truth about this world and resolve to take action. I shouldn't have made fun of Hatchway. Deep down, I always wanted to become a protagonist myself. What? Now that I know that truth, as I look back on Monokuma's actions, I'm trying to see what he's planning. He gave us information about the island's mystery in the Future Foundation. He's raising all your hopes, only so he can lead you to unimaginable despair. Unless Monokuma's trying to show that despair to someone. Perhaps that someone is seriously pissing me off. Hell and ice to it. Hell and ice to ice and believe something odd like this is only $102. So happy. It's so happy yours. Jeez, what hopeless truth. Who's Monokuma's true identity? How would they come up with
Now
that?
then.
But that's enough for like my best. Let's talk about the future now. If you want to escape Monokuma's plan, there's a specific place you need to go to. Get into that place is that message you found in Mizumi Castle.
Well,
Only you need to follow a bunch of steps to enter that place, but since that message gets rid of those steps, you can think of it as an Easter egg or something. It's probably left by someone other than Monokuma Wano. It has nothing to do with me. You guys still think you're not gonna die or something. Stop it, don't. Stop. I had to hide this until my plan came to an end, but I guess now's a nice time. So then I'll announce the password. 11036. Excuse me? That is the password that was written in Mizumi Castle. You have to use that to enter that specific place. It's the only way you can escape Monokuma. I feel like I've been talking forever, but that's all for you. This way, do this first. I'm sorry, what? Erect a bronze statue.
please call me the ultimate hope.
The fuck? The fuck? What the fuck? It's a password. There's no mistaking. That's the password to enter the region.
Hey.
Better hurry. I think let's go before the countdown reaches you. I'm sorry? I'm sorry? Why? Why is it 11037? Isn't that Leon's? Isn't that Leon's? What the fuck? Am I going crazy? Are they going? Wait, was that blood? No. That's still doing stuff. That's still doing stuff. I guess. 1, 2, 3, 7. Why would it be the message that Sayaka left? Why would it be Leon's upside down name? What? Excuse me, game? Somehow it is quite nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
Is it really safe to go inside? Well, what's gonna be in it?
Are a
So
boy,
liable to
right?
freaked out like that. You're a man, aren't you? There's also that countdown. There's no time to stand
I'm
around.
gonna do
It's
it!
our last chance to get inside. I'm starting to feel nauseous for this. If you're gonna let it down, why not do it in the Tupperware I keep with me?
Dumbass.
Hey, Hey, now's not the time to fuck
The
around.
new master for Yuhiko.
It's going to be alright. You don't have to worry. I will protect my young master. Now then, let's go forward together. The hell? Don't treat me like a
This
kid.
is your leader's
Believe
order.
that hope lies beyond this point. That is your leader's order.
Oink, 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 oink.
What was that?
I told her that you only understand piggy talk. Yes, I said you're so cool in piggy
In the
talk.
name of my
I'm
family.
going to kill you.
Hajime,
Hajime, the password, please. Yeah, I know. 1, 0,
it's
3,
gonna
7.
be fine.
Figure worry. The only thing beyond this point is a shiny future. Now let's open the door to the future. What the hell? Beyond this door, the future is awaiting. A sparkling future. Now let's move forward. This is the first class trial, right?
Is this a trial ground? But why am I at a trial ground?
It sure looks like a trial ground, but the vibe is way different than the one from before.
By the way,
Huh?
where did everyone go?
Everyone?
What? Something's wrong. What did I do? No, that's not it. I'm not the weird one. What's really weird is... this world? Is it a nuke? Stage clear? Smile at hope in the name of despair? I'm sorry? Excuse me? Yeah, I'm gonna save, and then I'm going to Chapter 0, heading to the school trip? Okay, we're gonna pause as soon as we can. We'd be going to say we're swinging from side to side. Okay, we can't open the menu. It's actually shaking rather intensely. The room I was in was shaking from side to side. The shaking was quite irregular, just when you thought it was a series of small shakes, it would suddenly shake violently. Every time that happened, I'd have to steady myself with my foot. I couldn't stand up very well, but for me it was comforting. Never thought not knowing what to expect could be so fun. I was feeling rather excited, but I figured I'd get bored of that feeling soon enough. That's what I was expecting from me, a person who's loved by talents. Detecting regularities among irregularities wouldn't be that difficult. How boring. Do you like ships? On the other side of the dark room, I heard a voice. It was clearly directed at me. You look like you were having fun, so that's what I assumed. You do like ships, right? Ships? Oh, that's right, that's it. So this is a ship. You just realized that now? Is it really that funny? Hey, if you want, can you talk a little? The silence was starting to bore me. It's still, yes, I was true character. The over-familiar attitude, the friendly smile, but that's getting a detective, foul, offensive odor, like some kind of putrid slime in a sensible way, of course. I should put this. It was a smell exclusive to those who were already finished. Nice to meet you. I'm Nagito Kamada. Anyway, lucky me, it's been a while since anyone was willing to talk to me, so to share a room with a person like that, yup, I'm definitely lucky. Lucky? Ah, so that's your talent then. Boring talent. Boring talent? No, well, that's exactly what it is, because someone I'm meeting for the first time would say that to somebody. It's because I have luck as well. Huh? Even I possess a talent as well as luck. But possess, I'm starting to get really interested. Who are you? You're obviously from the academy too, right? So you know us? Oh, that's weird. This is the first time I've ever seen you. Hey, can you tell me why you're here? How did you end up here? Oh, boring. Sorry, I'm often told I'm terrible at making conversation. Not you. This world. Huh? This world is full of boring people. People who lack talent stick together and oppress those who do possess talent. Even though they know they're insignificant, they don't try to acknowledge their true superiors. They're profoundly desperate to drag them down to their level. Because of these bastards, the world has come to a deadlock. This world has stopped evolving. Boring. Well, the world is shaped by the will of the majority. It makes sense that it bends to those who lack talent. That's why we're in our present situation. Now, perhaps, does that have anything to do with the reason you're here? Boring people make no contributions to the world, not respect it thus. That's why my teachers taught me that a certain degree of selection must be performed. Looks like they had high expectations for you. Well, that's quite different from me, but what are you planning to do now that you ended up like this? Nothing you can do, right? Listen, well, using people is a talent too. It's now my turn to use that person just as they used me in the past. We're talking about ultimate despair. Now, I mean, they're already, I have it with me, the contribution that person left me, even now, the rest of my life. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm definitely lucky. I can't believe I'm speaking with someone as amazing as you. Then, will I be able to see her again? Will I be able to see the person I hate with every fiber of my being again? And this time, will I be able to kill her this time, the person I hate so much? Hate? And explain your hand. Ah, this? The end of that bandage. It's a woman's hand, right? Isn't it amazing? I can't move, and of course, I mean, it's not my hand after all. Maybe now it still hasn't rotted. Maybe that means it's becoming one with me. Isn't it amazing? I've successfully become one with ultimate despair, my sworn enemy. See, so you salvaged the body. You really are a boring person. I don't want you to misunderstand. I just see her as my enemy, you know? Because she's my sworn enemy, because I hate her so much. That's why I took her power. And for that, I... Wait, do I hate her? Oh, that's strange. Oh, look out the window. We're finally here. You're starting to see it too, right? That's Jabberwock Island, isn't it? Isn't it exciting? I wonder what's going to happen on that island once we get there. What's going to happen? I can already predict what will happen. I already know because I'm loved by talent. What the fuck? But no matter what happens, it's going to concern me. I will not be able to participate in what lies ahead. Really, I don't understand, but I guess we have to part ways for a while. That's just when we seem to get along pretty well. Hey, can I see you again? There's no reason we'll ever meet again. After all, you are boring. Your talent, your thoughts, your entire existence is boring to me. You really don't play along, do you? What? What? I'm sorry? Excuse me? Can I... Okay, I'm going to save. And unfortunately, we have to end this episode here. Because I'm all out of time. I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.